Hi, this is George Counnas with Zesto Audio, and today I want to talk about how to eliminate ground loops in your turntable, specifically when using an MC stereo cartridge. Typically, there are three grounds in a turntable: a motor ground, a turntable platter and tone arm ground, and an MC cartridge ground. When these three are tied together, they can fight each other, and when they do, they create a hum or a ground loop. The way to get rid of the hum or the ground loop is by disconnecting one or two of these grounds. The first one I want to talk about is the motor ground. This can be disconnected by using a cheater plug. On the mains cable for your turntable, if you take that cable and plug it into a cheater plug like this and plug it into the wall, that will disconnect the ground to the motor, thus eliminating one of the grounds. However, don't use this on a power amp. Never use a cheater plug on a power amp, because a power amp has high voltages and high currents and can go to chassis and have a possible shock problem or even damage your system. So I would really highly recommend only use this on a turntable and not on a power amp. Now, I have just disconnected, or rather you have just disconnected, the motor ground. Now, in 80% of the time, I find that this actually solves the problem. It gets rid of the hum, it breaks that ground loop, because the motor actually can be the noisiest in terms of grounds in your turntable. Now, another thing you could try, for instance, on Andros phono stages, all three have ground lift switches, and these are independent. Each ground switch connects or disconnects the ground to the MC cartridge, and these two are independent, so you throw these independently of each other in order to be able to get the best sound or the lowest noise. Again, if you look at the three original ground points, the motor ground, that could be lifted by using the cheater plug. The MC cartridge could be eliminated by lifting the ground to the phono stage. Now, the turntable platter and the tone arm ground, I recommend you just leave alone, because really something needs to be grounded, both to shield and to protect you from any harm. So it does take a little bit of playing around, a little bit of figuring out which one works best for you, and I really recommend trying different ones to see which one is the quietest. So again, there are three types of grounds: a motor ground, turntable platter and tone arm ground, and an MC ground. So this is George Counnas from Zesto Audio, and thank you for your time.